So we're in the garden, got a bit of work to do today, bit of mowing of the grass, a few plants to plant. This area will be left because this is part of Shed Gate, which we'll talk about in a future video when Shed Gate has been decided. I know I'm being a wee bit coy with that, but trust me, in the future video all will be revealed. But at the moment, gardening. And we might actually be able to sit out on our new garden furniture later. And why not? Because it's a gorgeous day. So John's mowing the grass and you can see the mower that he's using. But did you know that this mower was offered free on one of the Arran sites, Arran Facebook sites? Free to uplift because it really wasn't working. So because John used to run a garden machinery business, he has serviced it, put new spark plugs in, and it's running a dream now. So if you're going to be gardening on a budget, you might want to think about having a look if people are getting rid of garden machinery for nothing and learning how to service and fix it. So we're in the garden. John has cut the grass, little star that he is, and I've been planting. So beside this purple elder, which is quite lovely and just starting to come out into bloom, I planted a yellow Azalea luteum. Now these are native to Northern Europe. They've got a lovely yellow flower on it and they are highly scented. And in the autumn you get autumn foliage as well, sort of nice goldy reds and yellows. So quite happy with that. Then an Acer palmatum atropurpureum, purple-leaved Japanese maple. Cheap as chips, bought it in one of the discount stores when I was over on the mainland. And a little, now I call this Lords and Ladies or London Pride. I don't know, I can't remember the proper name for it. But a friend here in Lochranza gave me a little bit of this. So it's in. So I thought the little pinky and white flowers would look nice against the purple leaves. And then this azalea, bit of an expensive buy, but who cares, you live once. This is Azalea viscosum. So it's another deciduous azalea and it has white scented flowers. And it's got lots of buds on it. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, while I've been planting, John's been busy too. But you're going to have to wait 2 seconds. So another lady on the island has gifted me these little seedlings of Astrantia. And they have tiny little sort of star-shaped flowers. She's not sure if these are white ones, pink ones or red ones. But I don't care. They are all beautiful. So, somebody's having a rest. Yeah. Tell everyone why you're having a rest.
She make me dig holes all day.
What else have I been making you do?
Build a raised bed.
Build me a raised bed. So we went and got wood. So this is tannalised timber. And I want to grow vegetables and soft fruit. And I need somewhere to do it. And the ground here is rocky and pebbly and not very great. So John has made me this wonderful raised bed. And I have to say, guys, this has been quite cheap. It's not salvage timber, it is new timber. But it's come in at just over £30. And that will go there. And that means it will get some sun. It's obviously got the deer netting for protection here. No, not where the wheelbarrow is. I want it there, it's my garden. So we'll have an argument. I'll maybe make him a cup of tea if I win the argument. And you'll have to wait to see the raised bed, because building the raised bed isn't the hardest bit. What we're going to have to do is get some cardboard, and I want a no-dig bed, so I want to put cardboard down that will smother the grass underneath the bed, and then have to find some topsoil. Now, isn't that a thing of beauty? So it'll take a couple of weeks for the cardboard, the topsoil, let it die down a wee bit, top it up with compost or topsoil, and then we can get planting. So because we're in the middle of May now, well, almost in the middle of May, I've kind of missed the boat, but I don't care, because there's still things I can put in here, and I can start to think about soft fruit. So lovely lady across the loch has gifted me a nice strawberry plant. I can pop that in, and we both like raspberries, so I think that's a must. And you never know, so half the bed will be soft fruit and half the bed will be veg, I think. But well done, Johnny. And he got his drink of juice.
This is another one that was going to landfill, or going to the skips. No oil in it, no fuel in it at the moment. The deck's a bit flaky, but it's not burst through. And the dead man's working fine. The engine is turning over, so there shouldn't be any reason for it not to start.
So that's your diagnosis. What is your remedy?
We'll get fuel in it, we'll get oil in it, we'll get the spark plug out, we'll clean it, we'll get the carburettor bowl dropped off at the bottom, make sure the jet's clean, then it'll be a runner. So watch out.
Anyone who's thinking of getting it, if they have problems starting their lawnmower and they're going to get rid of it, let us know, guys, if you are on Arran.
And they'll pass that on to someone else that needs a mower.
Exactly.
So this is our mower that we got for free on a marketplace. We went and picked it up. We got it home and dipped the oil, discovered there's no oil in it. And now I know why there's no oil in it, because it starts and runs. I've sorted it and it starts and runs. They've turned it over and the oil's run into the exhaust. That's why the exhaust is smoking the way it is, because the oil's in the exhaust. So
and that's what's burning.
It'll burn off eventually, and we'll get it cleaned. The deck's okay, it just needs a clean. It starts okay, runs alright.
No grass collector.
No grass collector,
but a nice wee machine. So a nice wee machine for someone who's looking for a cheap and cheerful.
Just to cut the grass, and you don't need a collector if you cut it every week. So we'll get this cleaned down, and it'll go to someone that needs it.
So people will want to know, when you were diagnosing what was wrong with this mower, John, what's the first thing you looked for?
Oil. Make sure there's oil on it.
Check that there's oil.
See what I've done to it.
Then what was the second thing?
Make sure the engine's rotating. Turn the blade even, or pull the cord.
Right.
Make sure it's not seized. Clean the spark plug. Clean the carb and the bowl. And also the jet in the carb. This is what kills it. People leave it with fuel all year. The jet just clogs up. You need to take that jet out and you need to clean it.
So when you're finished at the end of the season, either run your mower dry or empty the fuel out. Yeah, do not leave the fuel in it over the winter.
Just drain the bowl. It's a little screw on the side of this one just to drain the bowl. So you can just undo the little screw and drain the bowl, and that's it, good to go. It's a shame. It's not an old mower.
Just a bit neglected.
I have a year plate on it, but it's almost been living outside because it's
rusty.
It's just the paint flaking off. It's not rusty. It's got a good deck. The deck's good. It's just got a couple of bits that need painted now.
Okay.
Be more for somebody.
So you can see I'm out in the garden again in front of my new raised bed that John has made for me. We've got contact now for topsoil, but I just want to talk about why I'm doing this. So we've always been self-sufficient. We had a small holding in Cornwall for 13 years. And then when we moved to France, we had a small holding oblique farm for another 8 years. So now we're in Arran and we are in a much smaller space. And this is going to be my fruit and veg production area. So what I'm thinking of is raspberry canes at one end and some veg at the other. And I want it to be a no-dig bed, so it'll be a deep fill. So the first thing I'll be doing is putting down a few layers of cardboard at the bottom to smother the grass, and then filling that with topsoil and compost. And then we'll see what we can plant. So we're in the middle of May now. It's halfway through the season, but I'm determined to get some stuff in. So you'll need to watch this space as it develops. So I've just been out. It's about time that I checked these grafts, and I know this one has failed. How do I know that? Because that is where the graft was, and either the birds or John, with his trimming and mowing, has brushed the top off, but never mind. So I'm just going to remove the tape so you can see. Remember, I'm happy to show you my failures as well as my successes, but all is not lost. Right. So, that was the cut surface where I grafted on the scion to the apple. But because you leave the 6 inches or so of stem of the rootstock, you get a second chance. Now, this growth here has been a bud that has grown. So this will photosynthesize food to feed this rootstock. We've still got the roots in the ground that are feeding the rootstocks. And what I'm going to do is come back to this in the beginning of August. And I am going to graft underneath this failed graft. I am going to graft in a bud from a chosen variety. So that bud will then give me a second chance of creating a new apple tree on this rootstock. So trying that again. I'm trying to rest the phone on very uneven ground, but if that fails, and I'll know that that has failed by September, then what I'll do is wait till February and try the graft again. So apart from time, I've lost nothing. I still have a healthy rootstock. It is still growing. So, okay, I've grafted this in February. It's been proven to have failed now. Sorry, just hold that because it's just unsteady again. But what I'll do is just bud that for my second chance. And if the bud fails, I'll graft it again in February. The joys of self-sufficiency. So this is one of the cheap apple trees that John had brought me, and I was intending on turning this into an espalier, and I didn't. So this is Golden Delicious and very late flowering, but it's his first year. So if that forms any apples, I'll just pick them off, because this year what I want is the tree to put all its energy into creating a good root base and not doing fruit, but next year it can fruit. So again, this is the cheapy apple tree. The Cox's Orange Pippin. So we're going to have some fruit off that as well, not this year but next year. Just want to show you what a lovely day it is. Cracking weather. Could do with some rain. Everything's getting very dry now, but that's nature for you. And the nights are getting quite long here. We're getting towards the end of May, and by midsummer we'll really only have a few hours of darkness because we're quite far north here in western Scotland, and you have a lambent light from the sea. And we were walking last night, and even after 10 o'clock it really just wasn't dark. So I'll do a little video on that when we get to the summer solstice. So a few people have asked me about the rootstocks and how I'm propagating them. So when I planted my MM106 rootstocks out in the garden, and just showing you them with the failed grafts on them, when I cut the excess off, I planted them basically because I didn't have any clear ground in this planter with some compost. Now it's been very dry, but this was over 6 weeks ago, and you can see, especially with these two, lots and lots and lots of new growth. So I know that these rootstocks have taken. The other ones not so well, but it has been dry. But remember, these were spare cut-offs. So any rootstocks that I get from these, I will leave to grow on till next February. And they will then have formed enough roots to be used as new rootstocks. So there'll still be MM106. Yeah, that's right. And I'll be able to use them to create new apple trees. And to be honest, I don't have an awful lot of room here, but these might be good for a friend of mine who has a house and a garden across the other side of the loch. Nothing is ever wasted, and apple trees are one of the most easy things to grow and the most rewarding. They give you so much back. So quite pleased with that. So that's a little update on the grafting and the rootstock creation.